In 2008, Google ran the study I wish every company would run. They looked at their own managers, thousands of them, and asked a simple question: do managers actually matter? This question launched a research program called Project Oxygen, and it provides one of the most distilled guides for what it means to be a great manager. And I want to talk to you about it today. I'm Matt Jertson. I spent 4 years as head of training development at SpaceX, and before that, a decade as an instructor pilot in the US Air Force. I now run Built, a leadership development firm focused on the engineers and technical leaders solving the hardest problems in the world. Here's what you're going to get out of this video: a clear breakdown of Google's Project Oxygen, the 10 behaviors their research identified as essential for managers, and what each one actually means in practice. Google launched Project Oxygen after a controversial internal decision. They nearly eliminated the manager role entirely, as some engineers argued that managers simply created unnecessary layers in the organization. They analyzed performance reviews, employee surveys, and manager effectiveness scores across thousands of teams. What they found flipped the conventional wisdom on its head. Though we usually promote people to manager because they are great individual performers, that isn't what makes a great manager. The best managers weren't the ones with the deepest technical expertise. They were the ones who could coach, develop trust, and create clarity. So let's run through the list of what Google found. Number one, a manager is a good coach. They are not the smartest in the room, not the most decisive. They are good at coaching their team. What does this mean? It means asking questions before giving answers. It means helping your people develop solutions instead of handing them one. If you want to be a good manager, you need to stop solving your team's problems and instead build your team's ability to solve problems. Behavior number two, a manager empowers the team and does not micromanage. Technical people hate being micromanaged. They went into engineering or science because they wanted to figure things out for themselves. A manager who checks every decision or redoes every deliverable is a manager who is quietly destroying morale and capability. So the lesson is give ownership to your team and then get out of the way. Behavior number three, a manager creates an inclusive team environment showing concern for success and well-being. This is where the term psychological safety comes in. People perform better when they feel like they belong and their manager actually gives a damn about them. We evolved as social creatures. Being part of the tribe is really important to us. Behavior number four, a manager is productive and results oriented. Here's the balance, right? The best managers don't just care about people. They also drive outcomes. They set clear expectations. They keep the team focused. As a manager, never lose sight on the mission and goals of your team and hold people accountable to those goals. Behavior number five, a manager is a good communicator. Remember, communication has two parts. First, you listen, actually take in what your team is saying before responding. And then second, share information, meaning you don't hoard information. Teams that understand the why behind your decisions will ultimately make better decisions themselves. Behavior number six, managers support career development and discuss performance. One of the fastest ways to lose a high performer is to never talk about their future. Great managers have real conversations about where their people are going, not just how they're doing on the current project. Take time in your one-on-ones to have these kinds of conversations. Behavior number seven, a manager has a clear vision and strategy for the team. People need to know where they're headed. Why does this team exist? What are we trying to accomplish in the next year? I have a whole workshop I teach on creating a team mission and vision. Behavior number eight. This is the one everyone's been waiting for. A manager has key technical skills to help advise the team. Yes, technical competence matters, but notice this ranks as the eighth behavior. You need to be credible enough to have a conversation. You don't need to be the best engineer on the team. Behavior number nine, a manager collaborates across the organization. The best managers aren't just focused inward on their team, they're building relationships laterally with other teams, other functions, other leaders. They remove blockers by knowing who to call. They create opportunities for their people by being connected. Finally, number 10, a manager is a strong decision maker. Great managers make decisions. They don't let things stall in ambiguity, waiting for perfect information. They gather enough input, decide, and then move on. That decisiveness creates momentum, and teams follow momentum. 10 behaviors backed by data from one of the most analytically rigorous companies on the planet. And look at that list. Almost all of them are learnable skills. And that is the point. Great management isn't a personality type. It isn't a set of behaviors, which means it can be developed, practiced, and improved. If you work with technical managers or you are one, take this list and use it. Which behavior is your strongest? Which one needs the most work? If you found this useful, make sure to subscribe. I put out content every week on what great leadership actually looks like in hard tech environments. And if you want to go deeper on any of these 10 behaviors, drop a comment and I'll build a video around the one you want most. I'll see you in the next video.